And we are back. This time we are going to review Rivana. This is a suggestion from Genia. So let's check this out. Hopefully it translates well and I can understand everything I'm seeing. Alrighty, so let's click up here to essential oils. And perfect. So let's zoom right in. Let's take a look at Bergamot. I like taking a peek at Bergamot because I like to see if they list it as phototoxic so that you guys are aware of that. If somebody new to essential oils uses Bergamot, they can get severe burns if they don't know. Let's see. Do not use in pure form on the skin before exposure to sunlight. So they do have this note here. A step further would be letting you know the proper dilution to avoid that. You may not understand exactly what this means. You may put a drop of carrier with a drop of essential oil and think you are diluting it enough and not realize that's a 50% dilution, and that is 10 times more. Actually, it's 100 times more than you should have. Bergamot essential oil should be diluted to 0.4% to prevent phototoxic burns on the skin. Let's see what other suggestions that they have, because they have a whole lot of specific ways to use bergamot essential oil. It's definitely high concentrated. Yes, essential oils are definitely high concentrated. Let's see, 10 drops of bergamot oil to 25 ml cream. I think that is too much. So 25 ml to 5, so that's like 2, so that's like a 2% dilution. So that would be too much. Hey, Elizabeth! So that would be over the topical max. So some of these recommendations are probably not going to be safe for you if you are in the sun. I'm trying to see if this is in fact steam distilled, but I'm not seeing if it mentions that, or if it's cold pressed. Steam distilled bergamot essential oil will not give you that phototoxic burn, but cold pressed, which is the most common one, will, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't see how this is processed to know. Alrighty, so let's take a peek at the next essential oil. Let's see, cinnamon. So I prefer seeing cinnamon listed as either cinnamon bark or cinnamon leaf. The reasoning for that is, and I'm not seeing anywhere indicating which one it is, the reason for that is cinnamon bark is not safe for pregnancy, whereas cinnamon leaf is, and they also have different topical maxes. But both of them are anticoagulant, and I'm not seeing that here. So contraindicated for people with individual intolerance to cinnamon oil. Yes, so if you are allergic to cinnamon, you probably want to stay away from cinnamon essential oil. So I'm not seeing really any specific safety information beyond that, such as it is anticoagulant. If this is bark, you want to avoid. If pregnant, you want to dilute a lot before adding to your carrier oil if you are using it topically. Cinnamon bark has a 0.01% topical max. Cinnamon leaf has a 0.6% topical max. That is really, really low. So I don't recommend gargling with it. It is very, very strong. 5.6 drops. Do they mean 5 to 6 drops? Do they mean 1 to 2 drops? Yeah, they must mean 6-8, 6 to 8 drops. But yeah, I would actually avoid using cinnamon in a bath. I definitely wouldn't go over 5 drops, even for an essential oil that does belong in the bath or could be used in the bath. And I would always add it with a carrier. So be very careful of potential burning if you follow these recommendations. So I would say these recommendations aren't ones that just kind of glancing through, I haven't read every single line. So if you have any specific questions for me, let me know. But generally, just looking at these quickly, they don't seem well formulated or keeping in safety in mind, which is not too much of a surprise considering down here where they're putting their safety information, they don't even let you know this is anticoagulant and that it has a very, very low topical max. So they seem unaware of the safety of cinnamon essential oil. Clove is going to be similar in safety. Let's take a look at eucalyptus and see what they have for this one. So they do have lots of usages. Let me see. Attention highly concentrated, contraindicated for people with individual intolerance to the oil. I mean, this could be set for any essential oil. I am looking for safety information specific to eucalyptus, such as avoid using around children under the age of 10. That would be one safety line that I'd put in here. Also, some people that are epileptic can have issues with eucalyptus, as can people with asthma too. So I'd be very, very careful. Don't see any of that listed there. Let's see what they have on their next page. Grapefruit essential oil is also, like bergamot, phototoxic. And they do put that here. Do not use in pure form on the skin before exposure to sunlight. But it's also true that if you don't dilute it enough to 4%, you still could have burns if exposed to the sun or UV light. So that's a little unclear by that statement. Lemon is similar, 2% topical max. Lemongrass, that has a very, very low topical max. I'm not seeing any topical maxes for any of these so far. And just very basic general safety information. Yeah, like this, contraindicated for people with individual intolerance to mint. Yes, so this does go for every essential oil. Attention highly concentrated. So all of this I'm seeing on every single profile, or pretty much the same thing on the profiles. The information presented on the site has introductory nature for treatment, consult an aromatherapist or doctor. That's a little bit of an issue for me when they are kind of washing their hands of, we're not telling you the safety, you need to consult somebody. But then on the other hand, look at all this usage though. They're showing you all the ways to use this, a lot of which are not going to be safe. And then they're not taking the time though to add all of the safety. For me, I like to see companies that have a lot more safety than usage. So really, other companies that I've seen that have kind of like consult an aromatherapist before using this essential oil, they don't have anything. They don't have usage, benefits, safety warnings, anything. So it's interesting that they've taken so much time to add all of these things here. And then kind of be like, yeah, we don't know anything about the safety. So peppermint essential oil should be avoided around children under the age of 6. So that is something that I would have liked to see added there. Let me see what else. So rosemary, I don't know which rosemary this is because I am not seeing any botanical names. Oh, here it is up here. Rosemary officinalis. However, I am not seeing any chemotype indicated. Now, where it says ingredients, and this website is translated, so this may not be 100%, what their intent was. These are actually constituents that can be found in essential oils, and it's possible that this is the high 1,8-cineol version that is the most common rosemary, and this is one that should be avoided around children under the age of 10. So yeah, this is pretty much the same info that I'm seeing on all of them. So this website does not seem to have specific essential oil safety information on it. So you do want to make sure that you have safety information of your own that you can reference when visiting any website so that you are aware of what that safety is. And I'm not seeing any compositions. Maybe this is their blends. Yes, perfect. Okay. So, I'm not aware of any essential oils that therapeutically help with abundance. Let me see, antidepressant. So this should be helping with depression. So let's see what they have. They have geranium, lavender, rose, and lemon. Yep, that looks like it would be a good blend. That would be useful when inhaled to help with depression. Those are good essential oils for mood. Let's see, anti-flu. Let's see if there's anti-germ essential oil. So eucalyptus, rosemary, lemon, and mint. So those can be helpful for respiratory issues and germs. Let's see how they're recommending. At least they don't recommend ingestion though, so that is a good thing. I'm not seeing anywhere where they're asking you to drink it. I like also that they're adding the 1 drop to your aroma pendant. That is what I recommend as well. I have my beautiful chocolate copper one on today. 5 to 6 drops in an aromatic lamp is accurate. Bath is generally 5 drops. But again, you want to be careful when you are using things like eucalyptus, rosemary, and mint to your bath. They're very, very strong, powerful essential oils. They aren't really my first choice for adding to a bath. They're going to be super strong and they can feel really not very good on your skin. All right, so I'm not seeing anything here saying that this blend is not going to be recommended for under the age of 10. So that is something for your personal notes that you need to know. Anti-insomnia. So this should have sedative essential oils. So we have ylang ylang, lavender, orange, and mandarin. So these are more calming. These are more emotionally calming. They're not necessarily sedative, however. Let's see what their relax one is. Okay, I didn't actually mean to click the quick view, but that also works. Bergamot, mandarin, peppermint, cypress, orange, and rosemary. So that's super interesting because while bergamot is calming and can often be sedative, and mandarin is calming, peppermint is stimulating. Cypress can be stimulating a little bit, but the peppermint is definitely stimulating, and so is the rosemary. So to have that in a relax blend is interesting to me. That's probably not something that I personally would do. I would, however, put it in an energy blend. So they have grapefruit, lemon, cypress, and mint. So yeah, that is definitely better suited to an energy blend. Let's see, sauna? I wonder what that intent is. Okay, so we have pine, eucalyptus, cedar, and rosemary. So this would be excellent for congestion. But again, 10 plus, because of the eucalyptus, because of the rosemary, these would be for ages 10 and above. So if you have any questions about this specific company, if you have any questions about anything that I've said, if there are any questions about the safety or the suggestions that they have on here for any of the blends or singles, please leave it in the comments below. If you are looking for a resource where you can check out the safety information, you can find all of my resources over at ueoslibrary.com. So I will see you guys shortly after I upload this to YouTube, and I will be back for digging into the US brand. So stay tuned.